Hi, this is Kirby Cochran, and I'm doing this for the Kirby Cochran blog. As you probably know, I have taught college, or did teach college for about 15 years on a graduate level at a national university, one of the top rated ones in the entire world. And as I taught the graduate students, what I found it was very interesting, the lack of information or knowledge about what is the good parts of inflation and what are the bad parts of deflation. And so what I'm going to be doing is talking a little bit about why I think we're being miseducated by the people, whether in the country, the government, whoever, our teachers, whoever they may be. And I'll start it off just by giving you an example. A year ago, let's say you could buy an iPhone 8 for $900. Today, maybe you can buy that iPhone 8 for $600. So the question is, if you can buy it today for $600, was that deflation of the price good or bad for you? Well, I would argue that it was good for you if you could hold off and wait for a year, because believe it or not, you would experience, a 20% plus return on your money by waiting 1 year. Well, I would say that's good. You take an example of if you bought a house for $300,000 5 years ago, and you happen to live in a place in the country where there's maybe not as many jobs and a lot of people do not want to live there, and your house goes down to, let's say, $250,000. Is that good or bad? Is that deflation bad for you? And I would again argue we have to let market forces determine what is good or bad and not have the government artificially tell us what is good or bad. So obviously you get more purchasing power with your dollar if you save $200 on an iPhone. If you happen to be in an unfortunate situation to where your price of your house went down, that's market forces. And so what the government attempts to do is to be able to say that inflation is actually good. And they have a target amount of inflation of 2%. Well, there's several reasons why they want to have inflation, but I'll just give you one, and we'll talk about this in the future. If you know about the rule of 72, some people call it 78, you divide the interest rate percentage into 72 or 78, and that'll tell you how often your money will be able to double in price. So if it's 2% and we use the number 72, that means in 36 years your money would have doubled. But if you allow a 2% inflation rate to happen, that means in 36 years your money would actually, the real purchasing power of your money will have gone down by 50%. And so when someone says, hey, inflation is good, deflation is bad, I would argue we have to allow market forces to be able to set what our prices will be and what we'll pay for them. And I'll continue this in the future, and I hope you find that somewhat interesting.